2, 1.
The time is 4:00 in the afternoon of October 10th, 2023. I'm Justice Graves, and I call this meeting of the Capital Improvements Committee to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. Okay. With us this evening, we have a quorum of the committee here. We have Mr. Toth, we have Mr. Francis, and myself, Justice Graves. Holly Young, the ex officio member, is also here as well. We have nobody on Zoom today, so we will not go over the Zoom rules of the road. And with that being said, are we expecting anybody to come in via Zoom, Holly, or?
No.
Okay. All right, so with that being said, everybody is in the room today. With that, we will go to our first agenda item to approve the minutes of September 19th. I got a chance to review the minutes.
I would move to approve as submitted.
Okay, I have a motion to approve as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion. I have a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I will go for the vote. Mr. Toth?
I'll abstain. I was not here.
Okay, Mr. Francis?
Yes.
And I will vote yes as well. That passed 2-1. With 2 voting in favor, 1 abstaining, no. Right.
Mr. Graves, point of order. What is the
Yes.
full board, and do we have a real quorum for a 2-to-1 vote?
Full.
Full board is 5, but we only have
board is
4.
5 of them.
current.
Right, we only have 4 currently. Full committee is 5. My understanding is that it takes a majority of those present to pass something like that. So there's 3 of us, so if it's a 2-1, then that would be.
Just keeping us honest.
Yes, no, that's perfectly fine. That's a good question. All right, thank you, Mr. Francis. Okay, with that, we have the department reviews for CPC, Development Services Administration and Finance. I know there's nothing from Administration and Finance this evening. Is that correct?
Correct.
Holly? Okay. We do have Ms. Wita here in front of us. If she would like to present her capital project. The first item in our packet is the CPC, but I think we will skip over that right now since Ms. Wita is in front of us.
I actually have PPC with me.
Oh, that's right.
Neither Mr. Henshaw nor Ms. Case could be here, so, and it appears to be fairly straightforward. So the Houghton Park Rehabilitation Grant would be $137,434 with 70% return to CPC for a new playground and parking area. Master plan development, $11,000 would be for the whole property, including the ball fields, Heroes/Veterans Park, playground, basketball, and parking. Purpose is to replace equipment.
Committee have any questions or?
Have none. It's straightforward.
All right, I have none as well. Oh, Lori, I just have a question.
Okay.
This is just for, okay, so the funding is through CPC. Just want to make a note for the record that the request for funding is through CPC. This is a town project of over 10 grants, so that's why this is going before this committee. But it is not being requested to come out of any of our other capital revenues or our free cash. So just wanted to point that out. Other than that, I think we can go on to the next request.
So Development Services, as you probably know, has been interviewing software permitting companies for building permits, Board of Health permits, anything that we can do online to decrease not so much the amount of traffic in the office, but to make it more streamlined so that there's less paper chasing. We are running out of cabinet space. So with the help of the grant writer, we've actually put in for a technology grant application. But as you know, grants are not always guaranteed. So as a backup plan, I am coming to Capital for a project request to indeed move forward with permitting software that would increase accessibility to residents, decrease foot traffic in the office, and as I said, decrease paper and filing space. It would also provide organization for our inspectors who all have, through other towns, experience using software such as this. And it does make the communication much broader departmentally. So I just want to try and make sure that this project goes through, even if it's grant doesn't.
Anybody have any questions?
No questions, just a general comment. We will come kicking, screaming, clawing, and yelling our way into the 21st century. I have no question.
Go ahead.
I have no questions. My only comment is, yeah, no, it will be good to, if this can go through, to see you guys be able to get software like that. I mean, I know that some of the departments are here in town hall, but there are others that need to sign off that aren't here. That would make it significantly easier to keep everything on track.
Exactly.
My only general comment is just the cost of software has just gone up so dramatically in the past few years. Looking at these prices.
You'd be surprised because this company was actually minimal compared to the others. There was one company that is used by bordering towns. And we actually thought about going with that company because there's experience with the people already using it. They were over $20,000 a year to subscribe. The town this sucks.
I guess that would lead to a question, is the reduced cost, do you feel that there might be reduced service?
No, I think this is an excellent company and they were very, they came here in person to go through it with us from Florida. They hopped on a plane and came here and no cost to us. And we were able to have a session with our building commissioner, myself, and the two girls who work in the office with me, Rhonda and Jessica. And I should say that Rhonda did all of the work on this. She really did. She did an excellent job. So.
I don't have any further questions. Does anybody else? No?
None.
Okay.
I
No other
would
questions?
excuse myself then. Thank you
Okay.
so much, everybody.
No problem.
Thanks, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, that concludes our department reviews for this meeting. There was, if you look at the agenda, another agenda item, for discussion on if the committee wanted to suggest to the selectmen, to amend the bylaws. This is a request that, was brought forward by the treasurer collector. She is not here this evening. I don't know if we want to talk about this more, bring this up again, table it and move it to the next meeting, when she is available. But, her request, when she wanted to see if the committee wanted to approve this, is, to see if, to amend that particular section of the bylaw with the memberships to add, the treasurer collector or their designee. Just so that everybody is on the same page on what that item is. We can have discussion now about it if the committee members feel like it, or we could, a motion could be made to table it and discuss it at the next meeting with the treasurer collector here.
My preference would be to table it.
My preference would be to table it.
Yeah, I concur, because if there's any of the nuances that none of us are aware of,
Yeah.
it would be better presented
Okay,
by the treasurer collector.
okay. So, does anyone want to make a motion to table this until the next meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Well, second, all right, I have a motion, and a second to table this discussion on this possible action to amending and reviewing the capital bylaw, chapter 9-7 until, we want to have that motion be till the next meeting with the treasurer collector. Or do we want to just put this in the next agenda?
So does the treasurer collector do?
She should be at the next. I'll have a talk with her. We'll put it at the next meeting where we know that she'll be here. So, okay, that's,
That's agreeable. So
is that agreeable?
That's
Okay,
fine.
all right. All right, so with that, on that motion, how do you vote, Mr. Toth,
Yes,
Mr. Francis?
yes,
And I vote yes as well. That was unanimous approved to 0. All right. Other than that, our last item of business is to adjournment, unless anyone has any other.
just a question before we
Yes.
adjourn. Have we filled the vacant seat, or have we had any interest in filling the vacant
I
seat?
haven't heard of anyone coming forward yet.
No one has yet.
No. Okay. Right. Just so that the public is aware, there is an open at-large seat for this committee. Any committee, any community member who is interested, who is a resident and voting member of the town, can contact the selectman's office, or go on the town website, fill out a committee interest form and submit that. It is an appointment by the Board of Selectmen for a 1-year term. So,
Thank you for that. It's a vital committee, and we certainly appreciate community involvement and
yes.
helping get things moving.
Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, I just wanted to update the committee and the public on some items that we had on our final recommendations from FY 24.
Okay, what are we?
Some of the items that we had and what the process is and what the stage they're at now. Or we can do it at the next meeting.
I think it would be
like-
better to do that the next meeting.
Add to
Post
the
that on
agenda?
Add to the agenda, yes.
Sounds
yeah.
good. All right, I'll do that.
That'd be a good idea. No, but I do think that that would be a good update, Holly.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Anybody else have any last comments or things they want to put on the next agenda?
I have none.
None, Soto? None, okay. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, having a first and a second, I'll take the vote. Mr. Toth,
Yes.
Mr. Francis,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes as well. That passed 3-0. We stand adjourned at
4:50.
4:15 PM. Thank you.